Next, due diligence. So you've brought on some buyers and they're interested in purchasing. Oftentimes, they'll require some level of due diligence before they are willing to agree to purchase. This due diligence oftentimes continues even after you've signed a purchase agreement for the business, because there continues to be things that need to be disclosed and verified even after signing of the document. And these are generally conditions in the document, things that must be true or must check out, or the agreement is not enforceable. But it begins with reviewing things like your legal position, your prior accounting and tax records, your organizational structure, and oftentimes the buyer will seek the assistance of an attorney and an accountant in evaluating these to make certain there are no outstanding issues that they need to clear up before any purchase could happen, or whether, like I say, there needs to be some level of restructuring of the business entity and consolidating of ownership, interest, and claims and rights and things like that. Because ultimately, when you do sell the business venture, you are selling a legally represented ownership interest. If it's a corporation that's selling shares of stock, if you're LLC, those are membership units that you're selling. So you need to make certain that, one, the governance structure is cleaned up and the equity interest that you are selling to these third parties is clean and clear, and it can be transferred without any unknown or unidentified obligations. But this is when you enter into purchase agreements for the ownership interest in the company. That is, you're identifying the shares of the company, 100% of all outstanding ownership interest held by any of the shareholders or members of the LLC that you're selling to the individual. And all the parties who hold an ownership interest would need to agree to transfer their interest over to the purchaser, or there needs to be a governance procedure in place where the company recalls the shares from these individuals and transfers them to the purchaser of the business. This generally requires an internal governance structure where the board of directors of a corporation or the members of an LLC vote collectively to redeem all the shares outstanding from the shareholders under the agreement that any funds received from the sale of those shares to the acquirer is then distributed to the existing owners in whatever portion of ownership they have.